to the PERFORMA POPcast, the podcast where we talk about all things pop culture. I'm your host, comedian Peter Surs / I'm a lot of things, but my guest today. Now, when I was sitting down with the guys from PERFORMA and we were talking about the people that we wanted to have on this podcast, I said we got to have this guy. He's a buddy of mine. I've done, God, I don't know how many shows do you think we've done together? 100, 200? I don't know.
The first number that popped in my head was 80.
It's a lot, you know. Yeah, he's one of, I missed the guy because I haven't seen him since, right before COVID hit. He's a comedian, super funny, and he also is an entrepreneur, we can call him. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my buddy Dante Chang.
How many of y'all are really clapping for real?
They're clapping. Trust me.
You better be clapping, motherfuckers.
Yeah. You can't cuss on this.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but now I'm acting like that part stuck with me, man.
You know what's funny too is when they asked me to do it, I was like, do you guys like? My fear was that people would listen or watch the podcast, and then they would maybe like me enough and go to my social and then see some of the stuff on my social. I'm like, you guys want me to like, because I have some stuff on there that's not G-rated, and they're like, no, just be yourself. And I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, don't worry about it. We're good.
Oh yeah, I have this thing I kind of want to talk about. I don't know if you'd be interested in it. I think you will be, because you're a big Star Wars guy, right?
Hello, look at my shaker cut.
Yeah, I'm not as big as you, but I've been obsessed with this Mandalorian series.
Right? Okay.
God.
This is the way.
Yeah, man, I watched that thing in like a day, like 2 days maybe.
Are you talking like all of season 2 or like season 1 and 2?
Season 1 and 2, because because I like Star Wars, but I watch the movies. I'm not to the point where I was watching all that stuff. I watched Rogue One, but man, this was to me better than anything after 2000. You know what I mean?
It's really good.
Damn, it's good.
It's interesting because obviously I don't want to spoil anything if you guys haven't seen it, but seriously,
you know what? We're gonna spoil it if you don't just cut your computer off for now, or fast forward 8 minutes.
Fast forward for a couple minutes and then come back and see if we're still talking.
You know what? This is what I tell people: if you haven't watched it by now, it's not that important to you. You know what I mean? Because it's been out.
And also, what else are you doing? Like most of us are still locked up.
Yeah, so yeah, you really had the time to watch it. Don't get mad, you know.
Okay, so the thing, like I said, the thing that I liked about it, I was a little apprehensive at first, but I actually like it, is that it's a Star Wars, series, whatever, but there's no Jedis. Like we get to see all. I mean, right? I know, but for the first season, there's no Jedis. They talk about it kind of.
Yeah.
And then the second season, we kind of get reintroduced to a couple, old people that we remember. And then we still don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but the guy that Giancarlo Stanton plays, not Giancarlo Stanton, Giancarlo Esposito, the black guy.
Yeah, he has a weird name.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't remember his name right now, but at the end of season 1. Sorry, spoiler alert. He's kind of holding something that it's like a sword, but it's not a lightsaber, but it's like a sword with a light at the end. And you're like, wait, is he a Jedi? But then they really don't kind of get into it.
Moff Gideon.
Yeah, Moff Gideon. Yeah, I mean, they all have weird names. I wonder how do you think they come up with all their names in Star Wars?
I don't know. I thought about that the other day, actually. I was because they choose like Gideon is a real name because I know somebody with that last name, but Moff, I've never heard that before. Or
like Darth Vader, for example. Vader means father in German.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they probably just pull from different languages, but I don't know. It's just quite amazing, the thought process, especially for the new ones, because obviously George Lucas was obviously the first guy, but since then so many other people have contributed and they just keep coming up with names. It's crazy.
Yeah, I really like this one. I kind of wish who the hell who's John Favreau? I kind of wish he did 7, 8. What is it? 7, 8, and 9. I wish he was.
Yeah.
I wish he produced that. You know,
well, he's busy doing Iron Man and stuff like that. You know,
Iron Man's done, so maybe he could help the Star Wars franchise a little bit, because
he
7, 8,
has
9 just wasn't.
You didn't like him?
Yeah, but now he has. You know, like with this, we'll see what is he. You know if he's producing Boba Fett 2 or no?
Boba Fett. You mean like a series?
There's a Boba Fett series coming out, and there's Ahsoka. I think Ahsoka and Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're all series coming out.
Yeah, there's like 6 or 7 Star Wars shows coming out over the next like couple years. I don't know what Favreau's involvement is, but like obviously he's with Marvel, which is a company of Disney, so I'm sure he'll be doing, especially because people love The Mandalorian. What did you think about the fact that Bill Burr is in The Mandalorian?
I thought he was funny as hell. He played himself. He played himself.
Exactly. Like, it's cool to see, like, you know, because like obviously like the original trilogy, like, you know, which is 4, 5, and 6, is like you know, most of the people are like British and stuff. But so I like that, like the newer movies have a little bit, like they still have, you know, British people and whatnot, but they also have guys like who's like a Boston guy and he's just playing. I'm just playing myself. Like he got
heat for that. He got heat for his accent. And I'm like, yo, what about Luke Skywalker? He sounds like he's from Canada. You know, he sounds from America too. You don't think, like, look, just from like Texas to California, the accent's completely different. How different do you think your accent will be if you live that fucking far in space? Right. It's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? So let it go. It's imagination. It's imaginary circumstance. Leave it alone.
You know what gets me mad is like how, like, I mean, I know you said that you didn't love 7, 8, 9, which is, you know, it's whatever. Like, I feel like, you know, we're about the same age, so we're always going to have like a soft spot for certain things, like from our childhood, you know, music.
Well, it's like that.
Yeah, it really is. But at the same time, it's like, I just hate when movies come out like, you know, Star Wars or the Avengers or just something, and like nerds just go online and just complain the whole time. It's like, yo, dude, can't you just be entertained for a couple hours? Yeah. You know, like,
even you know what? I understand when the project was bad, right?
Right.
Then you want to hit it. But if the project was good, don't try to nitpick it in. Like, Mandalorian was great. What are you worried about Bill Burr's part for?
Yeah.
Like, who cares, man? Or I don't know, like, if you find something wrong with Infinity War, like, sure, you could nitpick anything in this world. Right. You could nitpick Dave Chappelle. You could nitpick Michael Jackson. You could, if you really want to do it. But for what? I mean, come on. Like, good God. Do something with yourself.
Or how about this? Write your own script, get an agent, pitch it if you're so great, and then let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have you. I mean, yeah, I know you're you know, you've done short films and, like, you know, you like content, you know, that you create, like you guys shoot stuff all the time. That's hard. Like, just to sit down and make like a 3-minute skit, like that's hard. Think about doing like a 2-hour or a 2.5-hour blockbuster. Like, it's just a lot of, for me, I'm just like, I don't go online and read anything. I'm just like, I'm just going to go get entertained. I love going to movies, which sucks because that's another thing that we lost right now, is like, I miss going to the movie theater a lot.
I think it's cool that stuff is streaming though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's cool that stuff is streaming too. You know,
it is cool.
It's stuff that you.
Yeah, like, I mean, there is something about like just being able to watch at home, push pause or like rewind, but like we've always had that, just we have to wait a little bit later for it, you know? I was actually thinking about this, and I hope you don't mind me saying this over the internet, but Dante, like I said, is a comedian, and he is notorious, and I've been to a couple of them, for like, you were talking about movie theaters, like when a movie, like a big movie comes out, he'll just invite like, you know, 10, 12, 15 comics. Hey guys, we're going to go to the ArcLight, you know, Friday night or Thursday night, midnight, to go see Star Wars, and he'll just pay for everybody. Like, he's that good of a dude. And I'm sorry I embarrassed you. Now everyone's going to be hitting you up. Yo, Dante.
No, that's not embarrassing. I don't care. You know why I do that? It's like, I don't want to sit next to somebody I don't know. At those times, for some reason, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'll pay for it. I don't care.
It's just,
you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to deal with that. I did it for.
Huh?
Say what?
Sorry.
Okay, you like cut %.
Yeah, you too. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Okay. No. It just I did it for I do it for Star Wars stuff and Marvel stuff. That's pretty it.
That's it. I mean, who else? What else is there?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it for like if the new Shawshank Redemption comes out. You know?
Right.
You just have to get that, you know.
Well, that's the thing I was talking about. I don't know. I've done so many of these interviews. It's like that's the thing. Like, I know that like right now everyone's kind of weird about being in places with a lot of people, but like one of the cool things about seeing like a brand new movie is like the excitement and the anticipation, and you're in a full movie theater and you just kind of get to feed off of everybody else's, reactions, their laughter, their, clapping when, something cool happens. It's like I remember, I literally remember we went to go see The Force Awakens. Yeah. And like we're sitting there and we're obviously it's in 3D and then all of a sudden they're like I forget what the line is, but they're like how about that ship over there, and they're like, oh, that old thing, and then they pan over to see Millennium Falcon and like everyone's going crazy. It's like, oh, the Millennium, like, you know what I mean? Like I love that about going to see a movie in a movie theater,
I do too. I think I kind of liked Force Awakens. You know what, if you think about it, that movie was funny. It genuinely made me laugh. More than any of the Star Wars.
It veered off of like the traditional, like there were always funny moments in previous Star Wars, but like it did kind of appeal to a different type of person than just like traditional. I loved that about it. I really
I like that one. I didn't mind the last one too much. I feel like 9 kind of pandered too much. Like where they're trying to give the audience what they want instead of like giving, or you know what I mean. But like I think you are supposed to give the audience what they want, but not the way they expect it. It's almost exactly how I expected it to happen. You know what I mean? So you
knew that Rey was going to be Palpatine's granddaughter.
Not that part, no. But I had a feeling like that, what's the Kylo Ren would kind of just like he did the same thing Darth Vader did, pretty much. You know what I mean? I caught something coming,
Right. There's got to be a redemption. There was a part of me that was hoping that like that.
I didn't like.
Huh? You didn't like what? Hello?
No, I didn't like Snoke. Snoke. Oh. I didn't like Snoke.
It was, you know what? Snoke was weird because like he was just there, but the problem was like there was all these theories online about who he was and and so that made him more interesting because you're like, oh, well, if he's this, and then they just kill him, you're like, okay, so that's it. That's it.
He's ugly as hell. But like, I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When he died, I was really happy.
Really?
Yeah, I just wanted him to go. Like, you're pointless, man. You're just. We don't need you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You just I just didn't like him. I don't really like. I like Darth Vader. I like Kylo Ren. I'm not crazy about Snoke. I'm not crazy about Palpatine. The reason why is I'm not crazy about villains where you don't really know why they are the way they are. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes him interesting. Like Magneto, that's what makes him interesting is that he's been through that bullshit. You're like, okay, I can see why you're acting crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
I understand. Where's like Emperor Palpatine? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you manipulating this kid? And why are you fucking with this? I think Darth Vader is the most loyal person in the world. He's like, this guy lied to you, screwed you over, and you still went with him. You know what I mean? Like, God damn, he's a loyal guy.
What do you think about Hayden Christensen reprising his role as Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series?
I don't know. I think that's interesting. You know what I think is funny about Darth Vader is that he sounds like a regular white dude without the mask, but as soon as he puts on the mask, he has that British accent. What is that? Does that helmet give you a British accent?
It's not even British. It's James Earl Jones.
I know, but he does have he's doing a British accent. Like, yes, master.
This is actually funny because if you guys are listening to this, Dante is actually Asian. So they're sitting here thinking like, yeah, this black guy's talking shit about Jay, and Dante is actually Asian. So that's just a fun note if you guys are listening and not watching.
No, I'm not. He's lying to you guys.
Yeah, like I thought that like, yeah, I remember as a kid thinking like, oh, that doesn't look like the guy that, like, that doesn't look like the voice I've been seeing for the.
Yeah, I remember thinking that too when he removed his helmet. Like, ew.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like a big black dude. It's a crusty ass old white dude. Shit. Right? Like,
right.
Oh.
I just think it's funny because, like, I mean, people like Hayden Christensen took a lot of heat for his acting in like the original series, so it'll be interesting to see if he's like become. I didn't really necessarily think anything was wrong with it. I actually loved the prequel series as well. I just love Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Mandalorian's great. I'm excited to see all the new stuff. I'm actually excited because next week I'm going to be in Orlando, and I'm doing shows out there. But I'm going to go to Disney World while I'm there, and I'm going to get to go to get on the Star Wars rides because I haven't got on it. So I'm excited about that. I told my girl, I'm like, just so you know, I'm going to cry when I get on the Millennium Falcon, dude.
That's cool.
Like, I'm gonna cry because I missed the one at Disneyland, and then they closed, you know, and it's like, damn it, you know. So I'm excited.
Did you enjoy the Mandalorian more than 1, 2, and 3?
No. I think I enjoyed them equally for different reasons. Like, you know, because I don't know if you remember, but like I remember seeing Star Wars movies as a kid, you know, 4, 5, and 6, and knowing that it was part of nine stories, right? But then at some point, George Lucas was like, "Yeah, we're never going to make those other ones."
Yeah.
And so you're just like, "Wait, what?" And then so I don't know if you remember, but like when I was like in high school, they came out with like books that were supposed to be 7, 8, 9. Did you ever read those?
No, I've heard. Someone told me about them, but
yeah, and I read those, and they were really cool. It was like a, you know, there's like this there's a new like general or grand admiral. He's like an alien, but he's basically the head of the empire. And he's like this crazy like a war like he's an expert on war basically. So he knows like tactics and stuff, and so he brings the empire back. And then Luke has Han and Leia have twins, and Luke trains them to be Jedis. And then there's another set of clones, like they bring clones into it. So it's like, it's a lot of stuff that kind of like, none of it really happened in what we know as 7, 8, and 9, but it was cool because it was like, okay, well, this is how it ends, because we didn't think we were going to get an ending. And then, you know, however many years, I think Phantom Menace came out in 99, I want to say. I'm pretty sure that's when it came out. Maybe 98. I don't quite remember. But I was like, it was just exciting because it's like, oh, we get these movies now, you know? And I remember taking my little brothers to go see it like the night it came out, just like my mom used to take me when I was a kid. So I liked them still. I guess my point is I was more excited because like I went from thinking we didn't have it to then like, oh, here we go, we have it, you know?
I have a question. Did in the books, did Luke Skywalker go to the dark side?
No, but there was like a clone version of him that was dark that he had to fight, kind of like he does in Empire Strikes Back. But a new Jedi emerges in the books. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's like Jarish Sabath or something. And then Luke finds a love interest.
Something weird, yeah.
Luke has a love interest kind of, and she's a Jedi too. And I mean, I loved him. I was, you know, like I said, I read him in high school and it was great. But so, you know, they could have went that way and turned those into movies, and people probably would have found something to complain about with those, you know?
Well, they'll always complain.
Yeah, like, exactly.
You know which one got hammered? I think it was like Christina Leonard. She's a big Star Wars person. She was destroying the second one. Like, I mean, number 8, she destroyed me. I was like, Jesus, man. It's not. It was. Well, I didn't. That was probably my least favorite one. 8 might be my least favorite Star Wars movie.
Out of all of them?
Yeah, out of all of them. I can't think of one worse.
You know? I could see that.
8 is bad. But like I don't know. I mean, they're all okay. They're all watchable. They're all not like They're all to the point where even the 8, if I'm just doing nothing at home and 8 comes on, I'm like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll still deal with it. You know, it's not
it's entertainment.
Yeah, it's visually awesome. You know, they're all visually awesome.
For sure.
So you can't. I don't know, man. I think it's just fun. I think the funniest thing was this dude was like pissed off. So I watched one. Do you see Wonder Woman? You see Wonder Woman?
I haven't seen it yet, but
I will. I grew up in Washington D.C. and that's where they shot it, right?
Oh, and, right, yeah.
And this guy made a post saying in 1984. There wasn't that many white people in D.C., right? It was. I grew up there. It was 90% African American.
Right.
But, and I was like, you know what else wasn't real? It wasn't a woman with the rope saving the universe. You know what I mean?
Right. So, yeah, exactly.
It's a goddamn movie. You know, you moron.
Right.
Why is that even an issue with you? Please just go away. Stop thinking. Please just.
That's how.
Hello?
That's how. Yeah. Sorry. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we got most of that. That's kind of how it was. Also, I don't know if you've watched these, but like the Twilight movies,
no.
like people, like people were mad that like the girl Bella was like too much of a victim, and the guys had to protect her. I'm like, it's a story about vampires and fucking werewolves, dude. Like, It's not real. I wish it was. I wish it was real. I wish there was vampires and werewolves, but like,
I don't. I'm glad they don't exist.
Yeah, like you're mad that she's a victim. It's like, this is not real, you know? So I want to talk to you about this. We're going to switch gears really quick. I know you're big on wrestling.
Yeah. I don't watch it now anymore. I don't watch it currently. I don't watch.
You not even like a little bit?
Every once in a while. But you know what? To be honest with you, I find the women more entertaining than the men now. And I never thought I would say that.
Yeah, I mean, the women they have progressed much more since we were like.
My gosh, when I saw that they have their own Royal Rumble now, that's dope. You know, my favorite wrestler now is a female.
Which one?
And I like Sasha Banks.
Of course. What's there not to like?
I think she's cool.
I like her name is Mandy something. Mandy, God damn it, I forget what her name is, but we both grew up watching wrestling though, like in the heyday. I feel like, right? Like for me, Hulk Hogan era, I was a kid, so like I remember that, like him body slamming Andre the Giant. Like I remember going crazy, like because that was okay. First of all, Andre the Giant weighed like 500 pounds, like. And I know like it's choreographed and whatever, but even still, and I think at that point, I don't know if I knew wrestling was fake or not, but like even still, for him to pick him up, and yeah, obviously he had help, but that's still a 500 fucking pound dude, like that was amazing. Like
I think this is the process of how you are as a wrestling fan. As a kid, you're overwhelmed, you're amazed. This is amazing. Hulk Hogan's awesome. Whatever. You're just throwing back, but then you find out it's fake. Right? That it's not actually real. Then you're like, man, this is bullshit. And as you get older, you appreciate, like you are now, like we are now, we appreciate what they do. You know what I mean?
Right.
We appreciate what it is because we take it as for what it is. I think I saw an interview of Vince McMahon years ago, and I thought he gave the best answer. They asked him, "Hey, is wrestling fake?" He said, "This is Murphy's Law fake? Is Jeopardy fake? It's the show. I never told you it was a sport. It's a TV show." Period. Yeah. So stop asking me if it's fake, which is a great answer, and it's true. This is when I caught when I had the utmost respect for them. When I had the utmost respect for them, I had one of my friends was in WWE minor league, right? One of my friends was in WWE minor league, and during the match, he sprained his wrist, right? And he just kept acting like it was fine and finished the match. You know what I mean? I was like, God damn, I would have been like, you know what, pin me now, dog. I'm fucked up, you know?
Dude, do you remember, like, think about all the times, like, that Mick Foley, got thrown off of the fucking cage onto, like a table. or like someone falling from the top of a ladder for the ladder match, or like just any of those feats, like they're really doing that. Like that's not fake. That's not special effects.
You can't fake that. You can't fake that. And you know what's crazy? The ring isn't soft.
Oh, I don't know. Is it not? I don't know. I mean,
I've been
it's got to have some give.
I thought. See, no, you know what I thought? I thought it was like kind of like a little bit like a firm bed mattress. That's what I used to think, right?
Yeah.
But then I went on one. It feels like almost like a hollow basketball court in a sense. You know what I mean? Where it has a little give, but it doesn't matter if that's give. If somebody suplex you on that thing, it's gonna hurt. They just know how to land. If you watch when they take suplex, they'll put their feet will take the impact. You know what I mean? They just know how to land. They just know. You
gotta learn
the training. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta learn how to do it.
It is very respectable. I've respected very, very much.
And think about it like you know, I feel like the life of a wrestler is similar to an extent to like the life of like a road comic, where like these guys are doing this like 250 nights a year, you know, like obviously like there's like the main shows like Raw and SmackDown and whatever for like WWE, but like there's also like they're going to different cities and doing shows like on a Tuesday night that we don't see. And I mean, these guys are getting their ass kicked all the time, you know, like they're, you know, and think about how, I mean, I don't want to get like too dark on the show, but like think about like all the guys that, you know, overdosed on, you know, painkillers and, you know, hard like heroin, because like they're physically in pain from putting themselves through all that abuse, you know.
I think the main reason is, like you said, they're on the road. They said I think an average wrestler, they said, is on the road 300 to 365 days a year. 300 out of 365, which is you only have. And there's no off season. Like, you know, in football, but it lasts a few months. The season's like 4 months, but then you have 8 months off. You know, your body could regenerate. Where wrestling is, you're getting body slammed 5 weeks in a row, and after a while, it's like, God damn, it's fucking you up. You know?
Dude, think about this, okay? I'm in my 40s. I'm 40. Think about like if you like just fall, like if you slip and fall like in your house or something, right? Like you're sore for like a week afterwards. You know what I mean? And like you got guys like, you know, like the Undertaker or Ric Flair who wrestled till like they were like in their 50s. Like Undertaker just retired. He was doing it for like 30 years, dude. Like that's insane.
It's a great career. You know what's cool about, I would say a little advantage when you're big, you don't get fucked up as much because you're big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's probably worse on your body when you fall too. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. But he was so agile. He used to walk across the ropes and shit. Like, dude, that was fucking awesome. Who is your favorite wrestler all time? Do you have one?
I think Razor Ramon.
Oh yeah.
I like Razor Ramon. I like bad guys.
Do you like Razor Ramon or like Scott Hall?
I don't know. It's weird because it's pretty much the same guy with the Spanish accent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he had the same attitude, the same flair as Scott Hall as he did when he was Razor Ramon. You know what I mean? I like, as a kid, I really liked Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful. Oh, Paul Orndorff.
I love Paul Orndorff.
I feel like did he die?
I don't think so. I think he's alive.
Yeah. I remember, I've talked about this, but when I was 8 years old, I got for my birthday, and I remember this because I asked for it, a Hulkamania workout set.
I got the same thing.
No, did you really?
It's the big blue box, right?
Yeah. But
I got the same thing.
What I remember is that the commercial for it was Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, like he showed up to like some kid was like, I don't know, this kid's like trying to work out or something, or he's like really skinny, and then Mr. Wonderful comes through, and the kid's like, Mr. Wonderful, and the guy's, here's the Hulk Hogan workout set, and like, and I was like, I gotta get that, and then I got it, and it was great. Like I loved that. I want to get another one. I like search for them on eBay sometimes.
I bet you they're worth a lot of money now.
I'm sure. Yeah. Like I just want it for like nostalgia. Okay, Mr. That's a good one. That's one that not a lot of people are going to use. Okay. a little lightning round, Dante. If you were on a desert island, you could bring your wife, but you only had 3 movies to watch for the rest of eternity or until you get rescued. What 3 movies would they be?
Shit, that's tough.
I know.
Because the movies that I really like, I've already watched them a shitload of times. Do I really want to watch this again? Right?
Forever, though.
Well, I'm going to go with the movies that I've seen. The 3 movies that I probably watched the most over and over and over again is Dark Knight. I've watched it so many times.
Yeah, it's
Infinity
great.
War. The first. And,
the first one.
The first one, not the first, not
Infinity War. Yeah.
Because it's nonstop action the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Infinity War.
Shawshank Redemption. I've watched so many times.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's a few. As Good as It Gets. I've watched a lot, so it's tough. I don't know why that movie's so dope to me, man. You know?
With Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I love that.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson. I love that movie. You know? Yeah, that might be it. Those are the 4.
That's good. What about?
I got 4. You said 3, but I got 4.
That's okay. That's fair. What about like I mean, you work out a little bit.
I mean, no one believes that, but
I know. Okay. So we'll just go this. Like, what's one song that you like? You're like that you play like if you need to get hyped up for like a workout or for a show or something like that you listen to like to hype yourself up every time.
I really like the Eminem song with the one that was the 8 Mile soundtrack.
Lose Yourself?
Yeah, Lose Yourself.
Of course.
For some reason, it gets me hype. 50 Cents in the Club. We Gonna Make It by Jadakiss.
Oh, I don't even know that song. Yeah. I know Jadakiss, but I never really got into Jadakiss.
Yeah, I think he's like there's certain like comedians where like the people that like him really like him.
Right.
But the people that are like, but he's not everybody's cup of tea. Like, nobody is, but there's some that are more than others. You know what I mean? Like Jay-Z's, like most people just like Jay-Z. Most people like, I don't know, Drake. Almost everyone likes Drake. Right. Even like you could call him soft, but man, that guy makes good music, man. Yeah.
It's like Brody Stevens. Yeah. Like everybody, comics loved him, but like most people are like, I don't know who that was or who that, same thing. Who's your favorite superhero?
That's probably Batman. I don't know. It's tough too. Probably. Okay. Before all these movies came out, it was probably hands down Batman. But I've developed a secret like a man crush on Iron Man, because the way he was portrayed, I thought he did such a good job, and it's one of those like. This like Hugh Jackman with Wolverine, Iron Man with Robert Downey, Heath Ledger with Joker. It was just the perfect casting. Everything just fell in place. Good script, good everything. You know what I mean?
Dude, think about Robert Downey Jr. I don't know if you've seen like some of his early movies, like Chaplin and Less Than Zero. Mm-hmm. Like everyone thought he was going to be like the best actor ever, and then he got into some trouble. I don't know if you remember when he like got drugged out and ended up naked in somebody's house, and like he kind of like they kind of shoot him aside for a little bit, and then Iron Man basically like resurrected now
he's bigger than ever.
Yeah, like he's like at one point I think he was the highest paid, and now I think The Rock is maybe who's also another superstar.
During all this like streaming and like stay at home and no more movie. You know who I think is the biggest star in the world right now?
Who?
Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian. I think he's the biggest star in the world because he has that and he has Wonder Woman. You know what I mean?
And you're forgetting one other thing too.
What?
He's in Narcos.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's great. He's great at Narcos.
He's great at everything, man.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He kills it, bro. He kills it even in because like you know what he's really good at? He's really good at because he did one thing similar he did in Wonder Woman that he did in Mandalorian. He's really good at caring for somebody. That's what he's good at. That's like his bread and butter. Like in Wonder Woman, even though he was a villain, you still liked him because he cared so much for his kid. You know what I mean? Right. he really loves his kid. He just wants his kid to be proud of him. You know what I mean? And that was his motivation. So you kind of don't hate him as a villain. You're like, you just want to make your son proud. You know what I mean?
Got it.
You know what I mean? And in Mandalorian, he just wants to make sure the kid's cool. And it really shows. You're like, God, you really care, don't you? You know what I mean?
That's when like, someone does like like you said, like you talked about Heath Ledger, like he was, if you think about it, like he was very malicious. I don't want to say evil, but like he killed people in cold blood, but there was just something about him that you just like, I like this guy. Like it was just epic. Like
I actually thought about that earlier. I was like, I don't know, like a few days ago, I was like, the crazy thing about the Joker is he's the one villain. You don't even have to tell me a backstory. I still fuck with him. Yeah. That's the only villain like that. Anybody else like, look, man, why are you acting crazy for? Right. Like, why? You know what I mean? You without explanation, without a backstory, it's like, I can't get into you. You know what I mean?
What's funny is how like in The Dark Knight, how he gives like 3 different stories about how he got his scars.
He just lies.
I know, but you never know how he actually got them. You're like, wait, we'll never know.
Yeah, that's the point. You know why? You know why that was so brilliant? He has no backstory, so he keeps lying about it. He's always lying. I love that he's always lying. And you can tell it. I like it when during the second one he showed that he was lying by like looking up and like trying to make up a story. He's like, my father was. He's just like he's just taking up time. You know what I mean?
Heath Ledger. I mean, if they wouldn't have given him the Academy Award that year, like it would have been like, I know people always want to complain when the awards come out, but like that was an amazing performance. Like it was so good. I mean, think about how many times, I mean, obviously like you and I, we both go see all the big superhero movies and Star Wars. Like those guys never get nominated for anything. And he did. That's how good he was. You know?
He did. He deserved it. I mean, I don't know if he would have won if he didn't pass.
Of course.
Because the crazy thing is, I heard. I mean, I don't know how true this is, but I heard if he didn't die, he would have been in 3. You know?
Yeah. That was the thing. Like they were setting up something, but like and then they had to go a different way. Yeah. What have you been watching? Obviously, we've had a lot of time at home. So what are some things that maybe you found yourself watching during quarantine that you may not have watched had we not been, locked up?
I would say nothing. You know what I mean? Like Mandalorian, I would have watched anyway, whether it was because somebody that I value their opinion was like, you got to watch this shit. I was like, I don't want to watch that bullshit. I was like, come on, this is bullshit. And I already know what happened at the end of season 2 because it's all.
I know. God damn it. It was like, I mean, I'm talking like the day of. I'm like, you guys are dicks, dude. Like, give it a couple days, Like, I remember, somebody got mad at me, and I didn't say anything. I just said, like, I watched the show Supernatural, like, from, like, the debut in, like, what was it, 04, 05, till the very, like, all 7 or 18 seasons. Like, I loved that. That was one of my favorite shows. Watched it all, like, I think of 17 seasons. And I just wrote online that I was disappointed in the finale. I didn't write what happened. And then people were mad at me for writing I was disappointed. And I'm like, come on. I'm not going to spoil it, but people were spoiling The Mandalorian like crazy. And I'm like, you guys are dicks.
Yeah, I mean, that's because like they don't value it as much because it's streaming. We could all just click. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, whatever.
But The Mandalorian, and I just like, I like how they do it to an extent, but like I do like binging stuff. So I usually wait until it's about done so that I could just start watching all. I don't like watching it week to week. I think like.
I mean, I can't even wait for season 3. I mean, I'm just. You heard what's gonna. One thing is they interviewed Pedro and he said that they're gonna do a time jump.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
That's the only way because I guess they have to spend some time apart, but they have to get back together, or you have to put Grogu back in the. You have to put. He has to be part of the series because they said he sells like more merch than anybody.
I'm sure. Like, I remember, like I said, when I was a kid, I remember I had to have a Gizmo doll.
I had that too.
Remember, like, because like in the movie, he has Gizmo in his backpack, and so me as a 5 or 6 year old or whatever, I'm like, I gotta get that. So and there's a picture of me on the first day of school in like, I don't know, 1985 or whenever, and I have Gizmo in my backpack and I have a Ghostbuster shirt on, and it's like that's that time, you know. And so the same thing with Baby Yoda or Grogu now that we know. It's like, yeah, it's the cutest little, you know. I mean, he's adorable. You can't not love him.
Oh God.
I've seen people with tattoos, like Baby Yoda tattoos, and you're just like, oh man, that's just the cutest.
He's the cutest thing, man. And man, he just makes you. God, I really didn't like it when he split. But you know what? It's true. I read something that said it had to happen because this show's gonna get redundant. What is he gonna keep protecting him for season 3 too? You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I like that Rosario Dawson is in it.
Yeah,
I love her
too.
Huh?
She's getting her own series too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting a Ashoka series.
Ashoka Tano, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she was great. I mean, I've always liked Rosario Dawson. So,
yeah, me too.
You know what I started watching during quarantine that I would never have watched ever was Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, I'm still not. Pedro's in that too, isn't he?
Is he?
I heard he's in that too.
I'm not finished with it, but if he is, I haven't seen him yet.
God.
But I'll tell you this, dude. I didn't want to watch it. I'm like, it's nerdy, it's trendy. I'm not gonna, but like, I just started running out of stuff to watch, and so I started watching it, and it's a good fucking show, man.
I bet it is because I mean, look what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
anything like that. You know, I mean.
But then everybody was mad at the finale of that too. So it's just like I'm gonna get to the end and be pissed or whatever. It's just like it's man, it's so good. But like now, like it's crazy because now things are like for the longest time there wasn't really anything new coming on. So like you could kind of catch up on shows that you were behind on, or you know, like I watched Ozark and stuff, and like there's some other shows that I watched, but now like shows are starting to come back on, and I'm like I just can't watch everything. I don't know what's gonna happen. Eventually, I'm gonna run out of like I'm gonna have to stop watching certain things, unfortunately. So, all right, buddy. Well, do you have any like it's a silly question, but do you have like any shows coming up or anything?
I have a show tonight, but I don't know when this is gonna air.
No, this is gonna air later. So
yeah, I don't know. I have a show tonight, and that's all I know for now.
Okay. And okay, so tell people where they can find you on social media, buddy.
It's at Dante Chang on IG and pretty much everything. Facebook,
at Dante Chang.
Yeah, Facebook, Twitter. I'm Dante Chang, but the only one I'm really super. I mean, I guess I'm kind of active on all three a little bit, but not as much as I should be.
You're more on Instagram.
Yeah.
What about your shop, man? You got some cool stuff in there. Do you guys have a website and stuff?
It is the Instagram. The Instagram is Flashback Shop LA, but it is. I mean, but we honestly pretty much everything's in the store. So if you're in the LA area, stop by 7611 Melrose. Yeah, and if you do comedy, there's open mic in the back. That Instagram is FB Comedy Mic.
Don't tell anybody.
I don't give a shit, man. This is crazy. You know what I mean?
Dante is an innovator for sure. We didn't even talk about that. So Dante has a cool store that has all kinds of stuff that I love, but also in the back of the store, there's a daily open mic that is open for comics. I would go there all the time when I was still in LA, and when I come back, I'll be right there with everybody else. But he's doing it right now, even though technically they're not supposed to, but he doesn't care.
When are you coming back?
I will. I mean, I'll be back at some point between now and May for sure. Just for like to visit and stuff. And then I'll be back in May because I'm running the LA Marathon and stuff, and it's my birthday. But I will be moving back once everything's open again. So whenever. So hopefully they can do that sooner than later. Mm-hmm. But for me, it was just like, if I couldn't make any money there was really, it was just, I love it. It's my home, but without the ability to make money, this kind of no point in being there.
I understand.
So, but I mean, I miss everybody. I miss you, man. I miss seeing you guys all the time. I was just hanging out with Juliana the other day, and it's just like every time someone comes to Oklahoma City, it's just like I gotta hang out with them for a little bit. It just makes I miss seeing people, you know.
She's a sweet girl. She's cool.
Yeah, she's great. I love her. Yeah. So just if you see anybody that I like, Andrea, Rachel, anybody, just give them a hug for me, okay?
I will. And, they don't want to hug, you know.
That's also a thing too. So hey man, thanks for coming by, dude.
Thank you for having me, man.
And follow Dante, follow his store, and we'll see you guys next time on the PERFORMA podcast. Thank you.
Take care.